Welcome back, everyone. I'm Nagooch. Today we are going to be reviewing G.I. Joe Classified Retro Cardback Flint. Welcome to the Cobra Report. Just a reminder to like and subscribe to my page for more G.I. Joe Classified content. Today we're going to be taking a look at Retro Cardback Flint. We're going to do a side-by-side comparison with the new Retro Cardback version and the old original G.I. Joe Classified version from a few years ago. I know a lot of people weren't happy with the head sculpt and some of the other design choices, so we're going to take a look and decide which one we like better. Let's take a look! Alright, so before we talk about the figure, we have to talk about the box art, or lack of box art, I guess. This is clearly AI. Very disappointed, Hasbro. You've got money. You could pay graphic artists. AI is going to steal a lot of jobs from a lot of artists. There's no reason why you can't, give a guy some money just to come up with some box art. Or, better yet, use the original 80s box art. Why not? I use AI a lot in my stuff, but I don't have the money Hasbro does. So this is a little disappointing. Do better, Hasbro. Alright, we've got the retro card back, we've got his file card. I love it. I wish they would put the file cards on the classifieds too, or at least give a description of the character on the back of the classified boxes. Big opportunity for them to kind of improve their product. It's got the rest of the wave here. You got CoverGirl, Televiper, there you see Flint. Alright, so I'm going to take him out of the box, and we're going to look at him, and we're going to compare him with the original classified version. Alright, so here he is. He's out of the box. Comes with the stand, which is great. I really wish the classified versions would come with this. A couple of the last ones, Cobra Commander with the alternate head sculpts, completely unnecessary. Give us a stand. Monkey Wrench with multiple, with his goofy mask and his multiple axes. I would much rather have a stand. This just makes so much more sense. They make these for collectors. Most of us just keep them on a shelf, put them in action poses or whatever. They do stand up on their own really well, though. I haven't done anything. I just put him down and he stands up, so that's good. But it would still be nice if all of the figures came with the stand. So anyway, here he is. Comes with 4 different hands. Not a lot of sculpting on the gloves at all. It does come with a shotgun, which is nice. The original shotgun on the classified version came with the pump action moved. This does not. This is a solid piece. They did paint it, which is nice, so it's not just one whole black. The backpack is the star of the show, though. So it's got a canteen that is basically off of the backpack. It's not a separate piece. You can't take this off. At least I don't think so. I don't want to risk breaking it. I'm pretty sure it's glued on. But it's really nice little detail here where it just kind of hangs off. Although, again, missed opportunity, G.I. Joe. You could have just had this, or Hasbro, you could have had this on a peg to go in the hole, and you could have had a removable canteen, which would have been cool. You could have used that for multiple figures. It does have what could be probably a couple flares there, different color. So this is nice. I do like that they have everything kind of off of the backpack to give it some more depth, which is really cool. Grenade on either side, and this plugs in right into the back of him. He's got his beret here, and he's got a standard military issue handgun. A lot of reuse with this figure. So his legs, this is Stalker. His arms, these are Recondo, and his chest is Duke. So not a lot of new parts. This, however, is bandoliers, I guess, or suspenders with the shells in them. That is new sculpt, and so too is the holster. This is the first one we've seen where it's got the double belt there and it wraps around, so that's kind of a nice feature where it's got the double belt. So at least they gave us that. And brand new head sculpt. I know a lot of people were really upset about the original head sculpt. I personally liked the head sculpt on the first guy. Thought it made him just look a lot more tough. It's like chiseled face. I mean, honestly, that dude's gonna be jacked. He's gonna have a chiseled face if he's a real figure. This one is more of a baby face, so this is kind of like the 20-year-old Flint. So maybe the other one is, him in like 10 years when he's 30 and he's had some time to hit the gym. So let's load him up here. We'll put his beret on. I love the look with the beret. That's how I'm going to have him all the time. Put his backpack in. This one fits nice and snug. That's good. Some of them are hard to get in. Gun goes right in the holster here. The holster's a little unnecessarily fat, which I don't understand why. If you see, it comes off significantly. It's like twice as thick as it needs to be, so that's bizarre. One issue, there is nowhere for him to put the shotgun. The classified version has that little pouch on his back, almost like a big shotgun holster where you can put it on. There's nothing for that here. A lot of times these guys come with backpacks that have something where you can hang their weapons on. He does not, so he has to be holding this, otherwise there's nowhere to put it. So that's another missed opportunity from Hasbro to do that. Finger does go into the trigger really nice. I'm not going to bother switching the hands off. You guys know what it's like. You know what the hands are. Easy enough to, you know what to do with that. So that just gives you more posability, which is really nice. So here he is on the stand, so he can stand up. All right, perfect. So talk about his joints. This is way, so I just reviewed Monkey Wrench and he was super loose. Like everything about him, he just wobbled. This is nice and tight, so this one's a lot more tight, which is good. Legs come up good, the knees nice and tight. Ankle bends at the ankle, rotates there, so that's really good. He does swivel at the chest. Not really good at swiveling. He doesn't have a lot of maneuverability as far as swiveling side to side goes. His arms here, this arm is a little loose. That's a loose joint. The other joint, however, not as bad. Does have a really cool feature here with this watch. It does have actual time on it, which is really nice. I like that. This is a great little extra feature they didn't have to do. This one too. Okay, these joints are pretty loose, so this isn't too bad. A lot of them are really hard to move, and you feel like you're going to break them when you try to do it. So these are nice loose joints, and that's good. So he does have some decent detail, but this, like I said, this is Duke, so if you've seen Duke, you know the details on him. So the shirt is Duke's shirt. He's got the same symbol on his chest as Duke, only it's covered by his suspenders. The sleeves rolled up, that's Recondo. This part is new to him, so the gloves are new to him. The watch with the time on it is a nice little addition. The pants, these have been used multiple times before. There's not much to say about them. They're just standard military, same with the boots. I do like that they painted them a different color, unlike with Stalker where he's just all black on them. So it is a little bit nicer that they did that. It is important to note too that these are the legs for the original Snake Eyes as well. So they've been used multiple times. So the belt is all new sculpt, which is nice. So you've got a couple bullets here on the side. You've got these nice little symbols. You've got what looks like a bird. Like he's a warrant officer, so it's got almost like a badge right there. Couple pockets for the side, so we're looking at the back of them now. Again, the star of the show is the backpack. If the star of the show is a backpack, then you might have let us down a little bit on the figure. But I mean, he is what he is. I mean, this is what we were asking for. Flint's nothing special. I mean, he's a black t-shirt and camo pants, and that's what we got. So I think he's nice. The head sculpt, like I said, he's a little bit younger. He does have a little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow, which is nice. Brown eyes, nice dark eyebrows there, which is cool. So if you take off the hat, he does have a little bit of a fade under the hair there, which is nice. So it's a really cool little feature there. So now we're gonna go grab the classified version and see how they look side to side. All right, so here we go. Here's the classified version of Flint side to side. Like I said, first thing, obviously completely different head sculpt. I'm actually partial to the original head sculpt, honestly. I know a lot of people didn't like it. They said it didn't look like Flint, but he's got similar hair. He does have the fade here with the hair going over, but it's I just like this one better. He looks tougher. He looks more menacing. This dude is just, you could tell he just hits the gym. So I mean, this is what I want my soldiers to be, is the best, you know, military can have. My biggest issue with the original Flint was that it basically looked like he was wearing skinny jeans. That's the hardest thing. From the waist up, great figure. From the waist down, I am not a fan of these legs. These little shin protectors, which I get, they serve the purpose, but I think he would look cooler without them. Just these pants, you see these just have a little more volume to them. They stick out a little more than these ones do, which just make him just like I said, his bottom is just too thin. It makes him look like he's wearing skinny jeans. I do like that the original has the flak jacket. It's got all the little, you know, cartridges, the shell casings inside there. This belt is slightly similar where it does have the double belt, but it is a completely new belt. Now this is what I was talking about. he's got the nice spot where you can just put the shotgun in here. So he doesn't have to walk around, he can have the handgun and boom, his shotgun's in there. This Flint does not have that. I mean, it would have been really nice if they would have just put something right on his lower back or again under the backpack so he could store the shotgun somewhere. It is also a completely different shotgun. This is more of your traditional shotgun and this one is more of like a supercharged shotgun. Okay, I was wrong. This does not slide. I thought the original slid, so it does not. But I do like that they have the extra shells on there. A little bit of a paint app, so this is cool. Oh, it does build. Okay, so yeah. So it bends down like that, so you can add a shell. So it gives a little bit of realism there. This one does not. So that's what I was thinking of. It doesn't slide, but it does crack open like you would an actual shotgun. Missing from this one is a little comms device. I'm glad they scrapped that. It was stupid. Most of the futuristic stuff that they started to do with the early classifieds, none of us liked. So they were good to pivot away from that. Overall, I love the look of the retro Cardback Flint. I think he's just more of a military style looking figure, more of like an officer kind of guy. The simplicity of it works. And there's nothing amazing about any of this sculpt. There's nothing amazing about the figure, but it works. It works. Whereas this one, they added all these bells and whistles, and for some reason, he's just disappointing. It just doesn't feel the same. So even though this is, in theory, a superior figure to this one, with all the extra stuff and all the extra sculpting and all the extra gear, I still prefer the new one, the retro Cardback. I might swap the heads. That's probably going to be the only thing I do, is I'll swap the heads off for the old one because I do prefer the original head, which is, I'm in the minority on that one. But otherwise, no matter which way you go, you get a solid figure. But again, I definitely prefer the retro Cardback Flint. Very simple figure, nothing really special. The star, once again, the backpack here. Good maneuverability, great joints. There's nothing really to talk about as far as extra details on here. It's just very solid. It's got the great sculpting on the pants and the jeans, but we've seen this with at least 10 characters now. This lower body has been used so many times, so there isn't really much to talk about with him. But there he is. He's solid. Nothing special, but I like him. I really enjoy just the true to form. This is almost like the cartoon version of him, and this one here would be like the more souped up version, like he's going on a special mission because as a warrant officer he was often tasked with leading a lot of small missions. So this would be, all right, this is him on the base, this is him all geared up and ready to go on a special mission. So right, overall pretty solid figure, not one of the best, not one of the worst. He's just somewhere in the middle of the road there. But it's the retro Cardback. This is more true to the original figure from the 80s. So based on that alone, I'd say great job, Hasbro. As far as all the little extra details, bells and whistles, all the stuff that we've come to expect from Classified, I'd say it falls a little short. But either way, I'm extremely satisfied with the figure. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you prefer the original, or do you prefer the original Classified version or the new retro Cardback? Let me know what you think. And we'll see you next time.